Hello, my name is Elizabeth Edmonds, and I'm going to be doing the Leadership Challenge Presentation Expo for you guys. And my coach is Jennifer Steffen, so I hope you guys enjoy. So my goals for this leadership challenge, one of the things is to speak with uncertainty in classes that are intimidating. I want to be able to speak without having to know all the answers, know everything that's going to go into my answer. Sometimes my answers will be fully developed and sometimes they won't, and I want to be secure enough to say them. Another goal is to speak at least 3 times each week in my history class and teacher education class. Those for me are the most intimidating classes that I have, and I want to be able to speak at least 3 times, even if it's a small comment or just to suggest something different in the class. I think that that would be a great first start. And my third goal is to create a website for college education majors to express their ideas and thoughts. I love to write and I love education, so I thought, why not make a website that could cater to college education majors who really wanted to get their thoughts out there. A lot of the times in class, I found that I couldn't express my ideas because class was going too fast or we didn't have enough time. So I really wanted to create a platform that would allow college education students to really just write their thoughts or write whatever they're thinking and create a community of future educators that could really help. I have grown academically, professionally, and personally. For academically, I put the world is becoming my library. So everything I watch, read, and learn makes me think of how I can improve my classroom. So whatever I watch on TV, whether it's a reality show or whether it's a documentary or just a movie that I love, or if I read something, whether I'm reading about my religion or reading about a book that we're talking about in class, such as global issues, all of these things that I'm encountering, even my encounters with my nephew, they really shape how I want to be as a future teacher and kind of make me think about how would I do this or how would I do this. I also have grown professionally. I said that during my time at Grogan College and the Teacher Fellow program, they have provided professional development that teaches me to identify my goals, set standards for myself, plan according to schedule, and achieve goals in increments. So before these programs, I never really had a really good idea of how to achieve these goals. I always had ideas, I always had things that I really, really wanted to do, but I didn't know how to make a plan and put it into action. But these programs have allowed me to know how can I schedule it? What time is the best time for me to do it? How do I continue to persevere? And I do that through planning and doing it into small increments. And finally, I have grown professionally. I have learned to claim my education, as Adrian Rich said in an article I read in my global issues class. So, one thing that Adrian Rich really talked about was claiming education, which means taking responsibility for your own education. And I've been really trying to figure out what that meant throughout this semester and my fall semester. And I've really learned that claiming your education means getting involved in your community, getting involved in your education, going to the library, asking questions that you may be afraid to, um, getting in community events that you never thought that you would get into. Doing all these types of things going to further your education. It's not just about sitting in a classroom. It's about getting out there and having new experiences and applying all those experiences to the classroom setting and to your future job. Community engagement. So I have not been as involved as I wanted to be this semester and fall semester in just the community and the events around UNCG. So next semester, my goal is to really, really get involved in anything that I can, whether it's education, centered or not, just something that I'm really passionate about. So one of the things, or some of the things that I'd really like to get involved in would be the Spartan Pantry, um, Operation Excel tutoring and mentoring, and the International Festival held on campus. And I think a lot of these, the diversity of events that I want to get involved in, they really help me practice those leadership skills that Grogan College and the Teacher Fellow program has really put in place for me and really, encouraged me to practice. So going to these events and being involved no matter how I can, whether it's fundraising or helping out with tutoring or just being an advocate for it. I think doing all these things, being a part of a team, being a part of a community that has to help each other, I think this would be a really great place for me to practice leadership skills, learn how to problem solve, learn how to work with different types of people, learn what types of people you'll be working with in a workplace setting, because in those workplace settings, you're going to have to know how to communicate to people, how to work with people, what decisions to make and how you should make those decisions. So this is a great opportunity for me to practice everything that I'm learning. Personal motivation. Why do you believe it is important to lead for positive social change? Positive social change is the only way that we can create harmony among diverse communities. When communities think of the well being of others rather than just thinking about themselves, that is when we create change for everybody rather than building up one particular group. When everybody looks out for one another, that's when we're able to create equity, we're able to create equality and all the things that come with it. And you also asked, what is the why that motivates you? I said that the why that motivates me is that I want people to know that we create change through being together and not being divided. And I also said I wanted my future students to know how to get together and create effective change for one another. One of my visions in my class is that I really hope that I'll create problem solvers that can come together and work in teams to figure out how we can solve problems in the world problems, whether it is oil spills, whether it is war, whether it is a cure that we need, especially right now during COVID-19. So I really hope that in my classroom, I'm able to create students that are problem solvers and look to everyone, not just people in their community, but people outside of their community to find solutions to issues. Future goals. What goals or plans do you have for your leadership development and civil engagement moving forward? So, one of the things that I really want to focus on, one of my future goals, is to really get involved next semester, whether it's through social awareness presentations, school organizations, or fun activities for the community. I think that'll be a really good place for me to start to just get involved doing anything just to help out. And I think it can also lead to me learning a lot more about my field of study, which is education. I think that learning how to deal with people, how to collaborate with people, how to compromise, how to work together, how to communicate with people, those are really important skills. And also applying those skills that I've learned in class, whether it's anthropology class, whether it's my global issues class, or whether it's my art class, all these classes that a lot of people think, oh, it's not going to pertain anything to your major, it has value, and they want you to use those skills outside of class. So this will be a great opportunity for me to get out there and use what they've taught me in class. And I also said that this is essential to leadership development because it creates leaders who execute their ideas and make what they are saying happen. And I want to be that type of leader. Thank you.